Okay, now I'm going to show you priming the pump. Basically this one, if I take this guy off, kind of dump out the water, which I already did once. I'm going to just twist it this way, so then it'll just twist right back up into that guy. Good to go. Okay, now I need to get this guy out of the way. I normally manually do priming, so I'm going to go over to my system here. I'm going to have a feed rate of 1,000, distance of 12, and I'm going to hit this P+ button. That's just going to get this guy out of my way so I could use my thumb. I'm just going to push on it until it starts filling up a bottle here. This is my catch bottle. One other thing, if you're priming these guys, let me show you. I'm going to see if I can get this guy off. Ooh, so I got a hose up, clamp up here. Hit that in order to stop the water. Okay, so this guy needs primed too now. You can see there's air in the line. Usually what will happen is this guy isn't filling up. Usually if this guy isn't filling up, these guys sometimes get loose, so you got to twist them tight. Or water, your tank's empty, something like that. But so push on this all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. And what we're doing is we're just waiting for water to kind of come out of there. But I'll only do it by hand. There you go. See how the water isn't there? That's because it had an air gap where I closed it off. So now I'm just going to do it by hand until I get water back. I'm going to empty this guy. Come on. I'm just going to try tightening him up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all the air in there. So I'm just going to kind of open up this line. Just kind of... Oh, I know why. Duh. Okay, so I do all these in one cut, basically, so you can see my mistakes too. I know they take a little longer. My valves are closed. I ain't going to get no water. All right. Open that valve back up. Guess what? I get water now. And just empty this bottle out. But usually if that's happening, there's air in this guy, and sometimes just give him a little push that way. Or there's a little spring and check valve in here that might be a little messed up. Let's get some water flowing now. There we go. Now we're getting there. Okay, that's what we want. So now we know we're primed. And then once we got air, or all this is going good, see how fluid's filling back up, everything like that, except that time I went a little quick. There we go. Now what you can do, come back over to your screen, hit go to start location. That's going to move that pump down. And then you can use that feed rate and distance again. I usually like 12. Basically 14 is going to be 1 ml basically. But now I can hit prime. What prime's going to do is it's just going to manually move it itself and start priming these guys too. We're just getting water all the way back in here. Takes it a few times because of the tube. There we go, we're starting to get water. You can see it there. Some of these other bottles are a little full, just because they were already primed. So I'm just going to empty them out. Usually they'll all kind of be consistent, but I just did it on this one. Okay. So now you can see like that line doesn't have much. That one has a little air bubble. That ain't gonna do anything. Alright, so that's kind of how you prime them. Actually, you can kind of see he did drop a little bit. So if that does happen, that was my fault. I shouldn't have started right away. What I'm gonna do again, just go P+ on there. Jog him up. Just make sure he's full. You can hear the water actually rushing on that guy now too. Okay, so he's good. I'm gonna go to start location again and prime him up. All look good. And I primed it twice, and you can see now he's catching back up. Normally 1,000's pretty good. Let's go ahead and see if I run a cycle now. So it's going to run 4 different spots. And then if I run it again here, kind of show you the fluid. You want these plungers to plunge up. If I could zoom in. You want these plungers to plunge up with the product. If it goes too quick, it's going to leave that gap. So that's kind of how you gauge your plunge up speed. That's kind of the most important part for accuracy. And I'm overfilling on that guy. But that's kind of how you prime your pump. So good thing I showed pretty much everything that could go wrong, went wrong. But we're back up and running. Thank you.